Time once again for me to give you a rundown on some of our Alaska news, and it is brought to you by Inland Petrol Service, Inc. at 451-1905 right here in Fairbanks. Of course, you can reach them on the web anywhere, anytime, inlandpetrolservice.com. If you're an Alaskan business, you know the importance of keeping your fuel dispensers working. I mean, think about it. It's a lot cheaper to have your trucks fuel up there on site with the bulk fuel than to have to send them individually down to the gas station, right? So everything from piping to tanks to having the know-how to fix the mechanisms inside the dispensers at 40 below. Hey, there's a lot that can go wrong with fuel during the wintertime. Even during the summer, dealing with debris and water removal, that's no fun. That's why you should call Inland Petrol Service. From fuel additives to tank monitor systems, line leak tests to third-party inspections, no job is too big or too small. Even point-of-sale installation and service. Above and below, in or out, they do it all. Give them a call at 907-451-1905. That's 907-451-1905. Or check out their website, inlandpetroservice.com. From Bettles to McCarthy, Northway to Beaver Creek. There's no place too far. Inland Petrol Service knows Alaska. Taking a look now at some of our Alaska news for today. The Alaska volcano Bogoslof Island has erupted again. This is the 9th aviation warning during this weeks-long eruption that began in early December. And this time we've got ash going over the Alaska Peninsula and Kodiak Island. Although there's been no landfall of that ash as of yet, there's speculation that at this point the volcano may have broken through the surface of the ocean, which is going to send even more ash out and could significantly impact flight patterns. Alaska's governor is in Washington, D.C. for Donald Trump's inauguration today. Depending on what time you watch this video, that may have already happened. The Napaskiak man has died from injuries sustained in a snowmobile crash. Apparently a man that was supposed to make a trip from one area in Napaskiak to Bethel on his regular commute. They didn't make it. They went out and they found his body, and now they're awaiting toxicology and other tests to find out what happened. Also, a man who was supposed to be coming to Fairbanks from out in Salawik has been found dead out there as well, also from some kind of a crash. It looks like he broke through thin ice and then succumbed to the elements. It's one of the things that we talk about often here in Alaska, being prepared for a worst-case scenario, especially when you break through the ice out there and it's super cold. How are you going to get dry? How are you going to get warm? This fellow from Fairbanks has passed away because of the elements. An Alaska meth distributor was arrested. 62-year-old fellow apparently has been running a significant trafficking operation all through Southeast for the last 20 years. Also, city attorneys in Anchorage have rejected an initiative that targeted the Anchorage anti-discrimination law because it didn't stick to just one subject. It was basically a technicality that they said, nope, you can't put this to a vote of the people. Governor Walker delivered his third State of the State address on Wednesday night and called what we're going through right now the gravest fiscal crisis in state history, and once again pushed for a financial solution that includes taking money from the permanent fund dividend. A federal disaster designation has been declared for Alaska pink salmon fisheries for this last year. It was apparently quite abysmal. And with the temperatures that dropped to record levels across the state, they actually canceled school, not in Fairbanks, but in McGrath. Even here in Fairbanks, it did get to minus 50, but school went on as normal. There's been a steep rise in property crime in Juneau over the last year, something that Juneau residents find surprising. And there's been a new audit on the $90 million Alaska Crime Lab. I don't know if you recall the arguments behind why we should spend so much to build this crime lab here in Alaska when we've been sending the evidence out of state. Well, the idea was if we did it in-state, we could do it for cheaper and we could do it quicker. And this new audit found that, no, actually, with spending so much money on this new crime lab, we're basically using the crime lab to store records. Also, there's been another tanker. It's the second one in recent days that rolled on the Richardson Highway and leaked some diesel fuel. And lastly, if you're headed to Juneau and you want to go skiing at Eagle Crest, you may know that generally speaking, most people do their after-ski drinking down in the parking lot. That may change. They're talking about pitching beer and wine sales at the lodge, something that the locals and the skiers like a lot better than standing out there in the parking lot to have an after-ski swig. That's what we've got for our Alaska News today. My commentary focuses on the inauguration and why it is so many people are looking to one man to solve all of their problems. If you like what I'm doing, become a supporter either through Patreon or by buying a direct subscription at radiofreespeech.com. And as always, if you'd like to learn more about what I'm doing or you want to partner with me, send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. Thanks.